But good evening, everybody. It is as I said already. I'm here. Hello. Oh my God, you're so tiny. I don't know how many of you follow me on Twitter at all. I know it's a terrible platform, but sometimes I feel like I post occasional bangers. Today, I was cooking today. Okay, I feel like I was cooking so hard today. I was very proud of myself for the things I was tweeting. Okay, I'm gonna kind of like rub one out on myself right now. Okay, the first one I tweeted out was this here. Dionysus. I mean that's pretty good, right? Come on, that's not bad. That's not bad. The other one was this one. Me trying to cheer myself up after my positive STD result. One must imagine syphilis is happy. Okay, I'm getting more -2s on that one. All right. I'm getting -2s on that one. Okay, either chat's too VTuber pilled or they just hate puns. The Earth is at least 71% water, right? And that water is uncarbonated. Does that mean the Earth is actually flat? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I love you, Bricky. You bring me so much entertainment. Bagel doctor, tell me the best bagel. I don't much care about what you think of me. I care about your thoughts on the bagel that you're a doctor for. That's kind of rude. Your comment was very kind. I do appreciate it, but I also am very fascinated by your name. Everything bagel or nothing? I mean, everything bagel is the Ooh, wait, hold on. Chat, I have an idea for us today. Actual instant content generation. You're right, you're not wrong. Within seconds. Chat, this is the bagel tier list, okay? We haven't done a tier list in a very long time, and I'm kind of okay with that because for the most part, they're very easy and, you know, sometimes we need to have some ingenuity in our goddamn content. However, not today, bitch, not today. Here is a bagel, okay? Here's the bagel tier list, all right? Now, let me tell you about my experience with bagels. I am born and raised Southern California, and therefore I do not have that much experience with bagels. I have visited New York as well as other East Coast areas. They have good bagels. I have also been to the Midwest. Everywhere has good bagels. It's just a bagel. It's not like it's specific to one particular area. But I will say I am partial to Northeastern American bagels because those are often quite good. They have that crunchy outside and soft interior, and that kind of does add a lot to it. So that's all I really got. Actually doesn't really matter that much if I'm being perfectly honest, but I guess shout out to New Yorkers for their bagels. They're pretty good. Fucking who cares? All right, let's talk about the bagels. So this is way too many tiers. As far as I'm concerned, it's Sabic. All right, we got Sabic and then never tried it. However, I have tried every single one of the bagels currently on here, so I'm going to rename this to placeholder because I like to have, nope, that's not how you spell that. Asiago cheese bagel. All right, okay. So here's the thing, chat. We're talking a lot about various types of bagels here, but what's most important out of everything that we got going on is that these bagels are entirely generalist, all right? There is a lot of different kinds of bagels out there, and for the most part, we need to see them with their use in most different scenarios. That includes sandwich, plain even, cream cheese, toasted, untoasted, and so on. Now, am I going to be like, oh yeah, I certainly love an Asiago cheese bagel with chocolate cream cheese? No, let's not be crazy here, but it's important to kind of understand the importance of each type of bagel. As far as I'm concerned, the Asiago cheese bagel is a pretty fine bagel if you're going with like a classic cream cheese style thing. I think I would require a toast. I would require it to be toasted. I don't think a non-toasted version of this is acceptable. It's way too soft. It's chewy in a bad way. It really needs to be toasted. Like some you can get away with not toasting, okay? But this one needs to be toasted. I would argue that the cheese bagel is the most superior when combined with some kind of flavored cream cheese, like a jalapeno or something like that. I wouldn't turn this into like a turkey sandwich type version of bagel. Like I'm not taking this to Brugger's Bagels or something to get like a some kind of lunch sandwich type thing. That just seems shenanigans, right? So as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of in the mind of like B here. I think for the most part, you toast it, you give it some kind of flavor for the most part, but you don't go much harder than that, right? You don't really go much harder than that. I think for the most part, this bagel just kind of sits in the B tier. It has some purposes, but it's not crazy. You know, I'm not giving it massive props. All right, banana bagel. Banana in its own right is like, it's just like generally just mushy, you know? And that works really well with bread, which makes sense. A bagel is just bread. But when I have a bagel, I'm kind of expecting a certain level of crunch or like a certain, like, I don't want my bagels to just be pure dough, you know? And mixing the crunch with the squish, it feels like weird, especially because it's never ever properly distributed. It's chunks of banana in the bagel. It's not ever like a nice banana flavored bagel. It's just like little bits here and there, right? And that throws me off a lot because then you like have one bite and it's like all squish, and then you have another bite and it's just a plain fucking bagel. So I gotta give it a C. I don't think banana bagels are very good. I think they're very like, It doesn't hit for me. I gotta throw the banana bagel in the C tier. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. All right, blueberry bagel. This is going to live and die based on whether or not you like blueberries. You know? Okay, I got a question for chat. There's an argument that happens here often. At Orchid at the merch site, we've got two people who work there who are horrid picky eaters. Absolutely horrid picky eaters, okay? They are impossible to get any food for. And they always complain about their food choices to each other, and it's very funny sometimes because they're both wrong. Because if you know me well enough, I'll eat literally anything. Chat, I'd like a 1 in the chat. Okay, there are 2 Pop-Tart flavors. Strawberry and blueberry. If you like strawberry more, I want a 1. If you like blueberry more, I want a 2. This is wild. That's like split down the middle. Maybe 60-40 in strawberry. Maybe 60-40 in strawberry. This is crazy to me because I've always been under the assumption that blueberry is straight out inferior than strawberry Pop-Tarts. Just straight up inferior. And so the fact that this is such a large amount of people who prefer blueberry is actually pretty impressive. I did not expect that. Personally, I think blueberry bagels are really good and they solve the mush issue. There's like, bananas have the mush issue. Blueberries do too, but I actually think a blueberry bagel is an A tier. Do not let me catch you with an untoasted blueberry bagel, okay? It needs a toast to it. It needs a little bit of that heat because then the blueberries get a little melty in a really good way. And especially when you put on like some kind of light cream cheese or something like that, I think it adds a whole new dynamic to it. Like as far as plain bagel with cream cheese goes, the way you take like a plain bagel and you step it up a little bit, blueberry is like that other option where you're like, I don't really want to do everything, but I just want to push it up one more. Yeah, like a light cream cheese either is in like a low fat or like just not a lot of it, like a very small spread. All right. Chocolate chip bagel. Now here's the question. Are we asking 13-year-old me or are we asking 29-year-old me? Because 13-year-old me would think this is the greatest thing known to man. 29-year-old me is like, am I really trying to get a sugar bomb in my bagel? The problem that I run into when it comes to chocolate chip bagels is that you have no options for toppings outside of regular cream cheese. Think about it. And maybe like a honey. Maybe like a honey style. Like all the cream cheeses you have out there, like jalapeno, I guess you could get like a fruit one, like a strawberry or something like that, but like chives and garlic and all those options just don't hit there. Okay, someone in chat said peanut butter. Okay. Hold on. All right. Caught. We have a couple people in chat that are a little bit enlightened. We have some peanut butter and some Nutella people out there. And in fairness, those are valid toppings. Those are valid toppings. I'm normally used to like the go to a bagel place and they normally just have cream cheese as the main option. Those are valid toppings and I can't necessarily say no. But then we're adding the other issue of like, that's a fucking sugar bomb. That's not a breakfast. That's a dessert. It's like, yeah, sure, there might be coffee in that mocha frappuccino, but come on now. Peanut butter has protein? It does, but you are putting it on a chocolate chip bagel. And we don't need to talk about Nutella. Bricky, pancakes are breakfast? Yeah, but we're against pancakes. That argument only works against me if I am the one who is currently championing pancakes, which I am currently not. But that is fair. A dessert for breakfast is the American way. And if I am being fair, the time of the day in which you eat the chocolate chip bagel should not determine the strength of the bagel. That's fair. You know what? I think we're splitting hairs a little bit here. Let's go ahead and let's think smartly on this one. I'm going to throw it in B. I think B is fine. It lacks options for toppings. However, the toppings you can put on it are very solid. So we've got some high highs with some low valleys. Fair point. Chat, you've convinced me. Cinnamon raisin bagel. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to have any kind of slight sweetness to my bagel, this might be the one. I'm just going to spoil it right here. This is an S tier bagel. The cinnamon Reagan bagel is going to start the war on drugs, and then after that, begin the war on bagels. Because the cinnamon Reagan bagel is fantastic. Unironically, it is an incredible bagel. It tastes delicious. It contains a little bit of that sweetness, but it's not a bomb like the chocolate chip bagel is. It can take a wide variety of toppings, which is also good. Granted, it also does have a slight issue with things like jalapeno and those other kinds of toppings. But for the most part, cinnamon raisin bagels, honestly, are just like they're too strong. Their base card data is too good, all right? You're rolling up into like, I don't know what magic terms are, okay? But like you've got like 20 attack and 20 HP. It doesn't matter that you don't have any special rules, okay? You're a fucking brick, all right? You arrive and you show everyone who's boss. Where's the Nixon bagel? I was trying to think of some kind of like criminal bagel, but I couldn't think of anything particularly well. It's fine, don't worry about it. All right. Egg bagel. You know what hurts me about the egg bagel? You know what just like genuinely harms my soul about the egg bagel? Bagel, as in bagel egg sandwich. S tier. Might be the best way to eat a bagel ever created. Egg in bagel. No way, brother. Not a fan. Don't like it. Fucking weird. Throws me off. I think it's a C tier. Don't love it. All right. We were talking about this in the Mario Kart stream. Was that yesterday? Yesterday. And Vinny and Giga, New Yorkers, were talking about the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. The absolute staple of bagel sandwiches. That is a complete, like, perfect concept for what a bagel should be. But this is egg in the bagel. And I can't do that. It throws me off. All right, next up, everything bagel. You know where this is going. It's not even a question. That's a fucking S tier. It is the most S tier that could possibly be. If there's any bagel on this list deserving of S tier, it is the everything bagel. It is a god tier bagel. It is the epitome of the bagel. It is how every bagel should be. It is the gold standard of bagels. Okay? It is absolutely astounding. I can think of no bagel that reaches its level. Okay? The Elden Lord of Where's Melody? Melody needs to be here. I know she has things to say on this. I'll find her later. Everything bagel is the best bagel out there. Genuinely the strongest. All right. The garlic bagel. You know what's crazy? What is garlic bad on? Because that's the question we have to answer here. Is what is garlic not acceptable on? Ice cream? Salt and straw might take issue with that, but I can understand where you're going from. Cake? Depends on the type of cake. Let's okay. I asked too broad of a question. That's on me. That's my bad. I won't lie. Let's retry that right now. Garlic is good on a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things garlic is good on, and because of that, bread and bread-based accessories, garlic is pretty damn good on. Now, is it as good as an everything bagel? I say nay. It lacks a lot of usability that way. Is it damn good? I'd say so. I put it in A. I think when you look at the garlic bagel, you are putting garlic on bread. What does garlic on bread turn into? Garlic bread. A garlic bagel is garlic bread. All right? Like a hot dog is a sandwich. All right. Give me a moment here, chat. Trash. The jalapeno cheese bagel. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Give me a moment. So, as I was saying, the, sorry. Yeah, but no, the rainbow bagel sucks. We're in July, bitch. Jalapeno cheese bagel. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with all of you, chat. Jalapeno cheese bagel goes in the A tier. None of you ever order it, probably because you're Midwestern and the thought of this scares you. That's not fair, actually. The Midwesterns have some decent spice options here and there. Sorry. People in the chat who live in Washington State are frightened for the jalapeno. No, the jalapeno cheese bagel is actually fantastic. But I think it needs to be sandwichified. Okay? I think it needs to be sandwichified. And that's the most important part of the jalapeno cheese bagel is that, yeah, I mean, you know, you toast it, you throw some cream cheese on it, that kind of stuff. But honestly, the best use of this is a bacon, egg, and cheese. Probably don't even need the cheese. The cheese is on the bagel already. But like you slap 2 slabs of bacon or 2 slabs of egg, some bacon, and maybe like a thing of ham on it. Throw maybe some sriracha or Tabasco or some shit on that, and then you eat that, and that is killer. I think what it lacks in every other department for this bagel, it actually makes up for with its strength as a sandwich. Specifically as a sandwich, it's really... Sorry, my lats are sore. I reached out too far. But as a sandwich, Kino. Onion bagel. I'm actually curious about chat's thoughts on this one. Chat, let me hear about the onion bagel. I'm curious. Let's hear it. I want to know your opinions. A lot of B's. A lot of S's, actually. A lot of S's. No C's. Okay, as soon as I said that, 2 first-time chatters arrived and said C. I got a target lock on both of you. All right, watch yourselves. Mostly B's. Mostly B's. Some C's. Okay. B on its own. S is a sandwich component. So I think that's, you've got a little bit of an idea right there. Yeah, I think that the onion bagel survives similarly to the jalapeno cheese bagel as more of a sandwich component than it does as a normal bagel. That said, you can actually operate on a pretty decent volume of cream cheeses. I normally state that as in you're going to local bagel place like a chain or something, maybe Einstein Bros or Brugger or something like that, and they always have that long lineup of cream cheese in front of you, almost like an ice cream serving place, and it's things like, yeah, Sam, you beat me to it. Smoked salmon cream cheese, or it's like chives and onion, garlic and something, jalapeno, etc. That, I think, on an onion bagel is where it really, really shines as well. So regular kind of plain, that whole thing, but a sandwich and that variation, I think the onion bagel is an A-tier bagel. I don't think it quite hits S-tier, but I think it's an A-tier bagel. Yeah, absolutely. The pizza bagel. It's hard to rate this one because it's not really a bagel. You know? Like it's not really a bagel. It's a pizza in a sense. Or it's a struggle meal. I've had a fair share of pizza bagels. I probably would prefer to just buy myself some bagel bites. Rest in peace? Are bagel bites gone? I like bagel bites. They were the real shit. They still exist, thank God. You always like would burn the fuck out of the bottom side. Dude, every time I would get like a bagel bite, I would like grab it and the bagel bite would be like not too warm to the touch. And then I bite into it and I get like a giant bit of char on the bottom and then like 3rd degree burns all over my mouth. And yet I'm holding like a lukewarm bagel bite. Destroy your mouth and do the destroy your mouth and do like the that thing. Yep, exactly. I don't know. It's hard to rate the pizza bagel because like if you were to be like, hey, we're making pizza bagels, I'd be like, fuck yeah, pizza bagels. That's cool. Like pizza bagels are tasty. But it's not a fucking bagel. I don't know. I'll put it in like C tier. To the people who leave, who like watch the video version of this and like skip to the end for the final tier list, I'm sorry, but maybe you should have watched it before you complain about where the pizza bagel currently is. The plain bagel. So the plain bagel for me is a B or an A. It's a little hard because on one hand, it's a humble plain bagel. The plain bagel deserves B tier because it is just the baseline. It is the baseline bagel. But on the other hand, it is, in a sense, the most usable bagel. It has the most options. It has the most, just general cuisine variations to it all. It is the most versatile. It is, in fact, simply the bagel. Since when is B baseline? Brother, it's in the title. The first letter of it is B. So, plain bagel, it's hard to determine generally like where we could put the plain bagel. I think we might have to give it A though. I think we might have to give it A because while there is no bagel without the plain bagel. And maybe the plain bagel is a little slow in its age nowadays. It's not moving quite as well as it could. Needs a little bit of help to get up the stairs. We wouldn't be here without the plain bagel. And at the end of the day, it is the most versatile bagel, You can have as many fancy tools as you possibly can need, but one Phillips screwdriver will solve 90% of your problems. Nothing wrong with this Phillips screwdriver, is it? The poppy seed bagel. That's a hard one. Am I taking a drug test? My autism hates this bagel. Geladin, speak on that for me. Tell me more about that. As someone who is neurotypical, I'm always curious about the inner workings of those that are not. Not out of any like sick, let me study you fascination, but out of genuine curiosity. Like, what does the poppy seed bagel do that screws with you due to that? Texture? All the tiny little chia seed tasting things surrounding the bread? Tism says it's too seedy. I gotta be honest, we have like multiple people in chat being like, my autism flares up because it's too seedy and the texture throws me. Which I'm not gonna lie is kind of humorous to me that it's not like a per person thing, but there are multiple people now saying that the tism messes with the texture. Though I won't lie, I don't necessarily believe that the tism in its own right is the main signifier there. I can imagine people, like neurotypical people, also not liking it for the texture. Because whenever I don't know about you, but have you ever had those drinks that are like a slight combination of like yogurt, jam, fruit juice, and a bunch of chia seeds? And then when you get like a big sip of that juice and it's like a bunch of chia seeds and it goes like, fucking throws you off. Okay. Okay. So I myself am not bugged by the poppy seed bagel texture. I'm bugged by the poppy seed bagel's flavor because I just think poppy seed is kind of shit. Now, if I like poppy seed, the best kind of poppy seed to me is lemon poppy seed, and you stick that shit in a muffin because it's got lemon and sugar. But you put that in a bagel and it's just not there. So I'm gonna give it C. I'm gonna give it C. I think it's eh. All right, chat. If you are under 45 years old, you are not allowed to type in my stream. All right, I need you to just stare. To my boomers in the chat, to my 45 and older, thoughts on Pumpernickel. Okay. We're mostly getting stare. It's aight. It do be pumping. That ranking undermines the credibility of this entire process. Disagree. Poppy seed bagel tastes like crap. Also cry about it. I'll be perfectly honest, chat. I don't know a thing about the Pumpernickel bagel. Out of every bagel on this list, this is the only one I don't know. I have not had one. I just do not know anything about it. I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll in chat. Pump my nipples. S-A-B-C. Start poll, 1 minute. Pump them, chat. Pump them hard. Milk them shits. Don't talk to me like that. You're part of this, Sam. You're part of this stream. This is half your fault. You're engaging with the content. You knew what was gonna happen. You knew we were pumping nipples in this stream, and you just stuck around. All right, chat is overwhelmingly C, but unfortunately, I have the assumption that most of them are still in high school, so I'm gonna put it in B, because I feel like there's a certain level of with age, flavor gets better. So I don't think I can trust their actual opinions on this one, because most people who have like real jobs are asleep by now. So I'm going with B. I never said I had to adhere to your decision. Better than egg? Yes. The rye bagel. Now, I have had this bagel. I want to make this clear, chat. If you are an enlightened individual, you know that rye is excellent. You realize that white bread is cringe and rye bread is for actual gamers. Okay? Real gamers. That being said, I think rye might not be the best choice for a bagel. It's a fine flavor. The bread is good. It has a lot to it, but I don't think as a bagel, it serves a great process. If anything, a pastrami rye bagel, as stated earlier, very, very good, but I don't think we can go past that too far, so I'm going to hit this with a B. I think rye is pretty good, but I think we have with a B. A B for bagel. Salt bagel. I'm not going to... Okay, all right. So, here's the problem with the salt bagel, okay? It's too salty. And Ruben, shut the fuck up. No weighing. Me when the salt bagel tastes salty. me absolutely obsessed with the Last Jedi movie, going to a bagel shop. It's salt. The salt bagel, I'm getting a lot of -2s on that one. Holy, that's a deep cut. That one's a little deep. That wasn't as deep as the other cuts though, so I thought I might have a better chance with that one. Yeah, no, salt bagel. I don't know. Like, the point of the salt bagel is for it to be salty, but very often the toppings themselves can help alleviate that saltiness. And also, that's a fuckload of salt, man. Because the salt bagel is not granulated like kitchen salt. It's like thick salt flakes, like sea salt rocks that go on the bagel. That's a lot of salt. That's a shitload of salt, man. And like, I get that's the point of it all, but I feel like the salt is just gonna overpower any topping you put on the dang thing of salt. You know? Like, it just like, it's a lot of, it's so much. Now, counterpoint, salt bagel made with pretzel bread. Yeah, but like, when you get like a pretzel, like you go to your local mall and you get like an Auntie Anne's pretzel or whatever, and then like you have like a salt pretzel on there. It has like big chunks of salt, but they're kind of like dotted. they're not covering the entire top part of the pretzel. They're dotted a little bit in there. Auntie Anne's, fuck you. Okay? It's not like just completely covering the whole darn thing. Somebody said pretzel bread is overrated. Who is that? All right, chat, we have a common enemy. That was you, Sam? Monitor Smexy. Yeah, salt bagel goes in C. I don't like it. Sesame bagel. Okay, the sesame bagel. Here's the thing about the sesame bagel, all right? Here's the thing about the sesame bagel. It's just a bagel. It's just a bagel. As far as I'm concerned, sesame doesn't really have a flavor like a bagel with a collared shirt. It's like two bagels in a trench coat. Now, you hear me say that and you'll think to yourself, Bricky, sesame absolutely has flavor. Sesame oil, sesame dressing, it absolutely has a flavor. Sesame, when you're just topping it on a bagel and the bagel is like all like bound and gagged, it's not that fun. You're not really getting anything out of it. It's just a plain bagel with a little bit of like texture on the top, okay? It does not have a genuine use case when it comes to the actual bagel, okay? And I think that's the most important thing to be noting here is that sesame has a flavor, but sesame seeds, just like dotted on a bagel, is more for look than it is for actual taste. So as far as I'm concerned, a sesame bagel is a plain bagel with a little bit of texture. Name one occasion you've noticed sesame seeds on a burger besides them getting on your fingers and on the plate. Fucking exactly. That being said, the sesame bagel is not bad. It is just a plain bagel. But I think due to its own hubris in existing in this market, it goes in like high B. Not quite the same level as the plain bagel because it's a poser. The strawberry bagel. This is a hard one. Okay, I'm getting tired of the Ursh, can you unmonitor her? This keeps popping up. The strawberry bagel. Okay, so the thing about the strawberry bagel is that it does not have the mush of the banana, but it doesn't have the same flavor blasts as the blueberry, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's not like fine enough to blast, all right? Like, look at that. I'd finger blast that any day of the week. However, I will say that the redness on the bagel might take me 1 week off out of the month, if I'm being honest. It tastes pretty good, though, all right? The actual strawberry bagel flavoring is really good. It kind of like surrounds it pretty well. And I listen, chat. I thought I was pretty good on that one. I thought it was pretty quick, and I felt kind of proud of that. Lord Masonator gave me a +2 with a question mark, and I think that's the best response. The strawberry bagel is genuinely solid, okay? I think it tastes really, really good, but it does come into the exact same problems that a lot of the other bagels run into, which is lack of options. You're not making a sandwich out of it. 90% of cream cheeses are not really good with it. I guess you could do like peanut butter, but that seems a little bit strange. That being said, you have not had a proper dessert bagel than if you've had a strawberry bagel with Nutella. That kills. That crushes. A strawberry bagel with a Nutella is incredible. I almost said Bagussi because someone in chat said, who is that? Meat Squadron 87. I'm going to click on your name. Ban them. Back of C. Bagussi. Ha ha ha. I'm 37. What is Pumpernickel? I love pampering my nickel in the Bagussi. I love the Bagussi stream, Bricky. He can stay. He can stay. The strawberry bagel, I think, goes in like a B tier. I don't think it's like really bad or anything. I don't know. There's not much to say about it. It's perfectly fine. It has really good flavors when it's used properly, but it has low use cases, so it goes in B. Whole wheat bagel. This is not one of those 37-year-old plus situations. I don't know, chat. Like, it's unoffensive, but it's not as good as a plain bagel. It's not like, you know what? much like everyone else's opinion on whole wheat, my answer is, yeah, I guess. So it'll go in like B. It's fine. I don't think I should put it in C. I don't think it belongs in C. It's like the plain bagel's weird cousin, you know? You see him only at family outings, and for the most part, he's fine to talk to one-on-one, but when he's in a group environment, everyone's a little bit like, ooh, Cousin Andrew is here again, and he's got some opinions on some stuff, and don't love it. Yeah, all right, you know what? Here's the plan. We're going to screenshot this. We're going to post it on Twitter, and we're going to see what happens. Come hither and need my words. Oh, come on. The need was good. Like K-N-E-A-D, like need. Oh, fuck you. Chat, this is the problem, okay? You can't appreciate good puns. Yeah, because it's a pun and it gives you the initial feeling of groaning, you immediately slap me with a -2. But in reality, the pun is good. If a pun makes you groan, it should be a +2. Someone responded already with the. Why did so many of you just respond with -2? What the hell? Decent wordplay, bad use. That's kind of fair, I guess. What is this? I have the STD that makes your pee-pee small. Response to my prior tweet.